Hi, reflexology, is it more than foot massage? Well, joining me today is MJ Stevenson, and she's here to tell us all about it. Now, if MJ looks familiar, that's because she was one of my very first guests on Spiritual Invitation. She was on episode 3, and she talked about meditation, 5 minutes to a better world, and I'm so excited you came back.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carla.
Oh, it's great that you're here, and I wanted to have my very first guest on because you, like I said, you were my third guest, and I'm just so grateful that you trusted me, supported me, and here we are now in your episode 57. So,
I know, it's so great to watch you moving along, and I love your theme now.
Oh, thank you.
I
That's
love
right. You had the original music.
Yeah, I love the theme.
Well, thanks for that. So reflexology, I absolutely love it, adore it. I want everybody to know about it.
Me too.
Yeah, so
Yes.
let's talk about it. What brought you to the practice of reflexology?
Well, I've always been a spiritually oriented healing kind of a girl, and I was a medical assistant for many years, and I did hypnotherapy certification and all sorts of things. But my husband encouraged me go to school, and this was in 2006. So I just decided I literally wanted to do something hands-on, and Reiki wasn't quite what I was drawn to. So, and this ended up being it.
And then that's it, yeah. And so you love it, obviously.
Yeah, it's been 12 years.
Oh, good for you. Now, let's talk about how does it exactly work? I mean, we have a chart Rob's going to put up on the screen. I mean, what's going on with reflexology?
Well, as you can see from the chart, if you imagine the toes are the head, and then going down the ball of your foot is like the lung and chest area, and then the instep is the intestines and digestive system, and then the heel area is like your pelvis, and then the leg and arm reflexes go up the side of the foot.
Okay.
So that's the practical aspect of it.
I didn't realize it was like the body.
Yeah,
so the
it's
sinuses
literally
are on
you
top,
are looking
the
at,
eyes and ears are on top. It's like you're looking at the body on the bottom of your feet.
That's what I see when I'm looking at your 2 feet together on the bottom. So
that's amazing.
It's pretty cool. So it's literally you're going through the reflex points of every system and organ in your body. And I mean, just as every cell in your body has all the information for every system and organ, your DNA, right? So it's not so far-fetched to think that you may have reflex points all over your body that could help by rubbing them or stimulating them. It could help your organs or systems wake up or calm down or whatever they need. So it really is kind of it has a scientific aspect to it. It's not just energy work or
it's not just
it really
rubbing
is hands-on.
Feet. I mean,
and
foot massage feels great. Right, foot massage feels great. Rubbing feet feels great, but this is not that. This
and it
is
goes
something
back many
what they did in the
millennia.
It's
in all cultures really. So
who practice reflexology?
Yep, it's in many cultures. So.
Right. Yeah. So when you're doing it, it's like a light, feathery touch?
Well, there's kind of 2 moves that you'll see a lot. The kind of caterpillar touch, like that.
Oh, okay.
And then there's like a circular. And it's never, I mean, people will do it differently. My way, the way I was taught and the way that I do it is much more of a lighter touch. It's just not necessary to really, it's not like you're rubbing out the muscles or tension that
you're
way.
just working
you're
on
stimulating
the
reflex points.
And
the reason we work on the feet is because they're accessible. It's not that there are no reflex points elsewhere. You could work on your ears or your hands, or there's body reflexology points, but it's just easy and accessible to work on the feet. So that's why.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying the reflex points are all over our body.
And there are people that do all different types of reflexology. I just work with the feet.
I didn't know that. People could do different types, so like hand reflexology. Wow.
Yeah, the hand, it's pretty much comparable. You know, the head reflexes and the
Going down the
intestinal
hand.
area will be here. It's similar to the foot. You can kind of figure it out.
All right, so can we do it on ourselves?
Well, you can do it on yourself. To whatever extent. You can't quite reach everything. You can work on your hands really easily, but you're not going to get the same meditative, profoundly relaxing aspect
as
to
having
it
somebody work on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
However, you certainly can work on yourself. There's little things you can do, like if you're in a conference or a meeting and you're falling asleep under the table, you can go like this with your fingers.
Just with your fingers?
Just buffing your fingernails that way. And it stimulates, if you do that under the table, it stimulates your central nervous system. And it really makes you more alert. It really does.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Or you can, one thing I like to tell people to do for themselves is when you wake up in the morning, just rub both of your ears really enthusiastically. And if you picture like a little baby upside down, curled up here, that's the way the reflex points work in the ear.
So down here's the head.
Yeah, down here's the head, curled up. And it doesn't matter what the points are. That's the whole point with doing it on yourself. You don't have to be trained. You can rub your feet. I mean, you certainly would benefit from a real session with someone. But if you're rubbing your feet and you come across an ouchy point, just rub it more. Do a circular motion, alternating, and
gently, not necessarily digging in kind of thing.
Rub it for like 10 seconds and stop and then rub it a little more, and you'll probably see it will actually change and it doesn't matter if that's my gallbladder or that's. It
doesn't matter. So you could be just sitting watching TV or something like that. Yep. Can you show us?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Also, the Chinese rollers. Those those are really great to roll your feet on, and you get all the reflex points on the bottom of the foot by doing that. Or you can take like a frozen water bottle, that kind of thing. Roll your foot on that.
That's an idea. Well, you told me one time I have one of those back massages where the balls go around and around, and there's actually heat on them. And you told me one time when you're sitting, put it under your feet.
Yes.
Amazing. Like I'll do that in bed. It's amazing. It just feels so good. Yeah. All right. So if we wanted to do
here's
something,
our feet.
Okay.
So one thing that you can do in the morning to just sort of wake yourself, and this is affecting your whole body when you do this, which is really cool. You just kind of do this. You hear my foot
just
crack?
Sort of, just sort of wake it up like that. Okay.
Do that, and then you rub the toes back and forth.
Rub them
this isn't specifically reflexology points, but it's kind of getting everything woken up.
What you need to do.
And then you kind of rub down here.
Rub down.
And then you can take each toe and kind of wiggle and pull. And you're sort of stimulating a whole bunch of stuff when you do this.
Things,
And then if you rub right up the middle, you're getting the whole digestive thing going. Doesn't that feel great?
Oh, it feels so
Isn't that awesome? And then just like smack your foot on the top and the bottom. And now if you look at both your feet, one is a different color than the other one. They'll be different color. Look.
So you did
Isn't that
something.
Awesome?
That is awesome. It is the truth, really. Yeah, no, try this.
So that was not specific points, but that's a really good thing to do to yourself. If you're doing yoga in the morning, just do that. I actually learned that from one of my yoga teachers.
Just add that at the end of it. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. So how can people expect to feel then, during and after a session?
Well, I mean, during the session, you're either on the massage table, you're in a very relaxed position, there's music
well, how do
playing,
people explain that? Like, I know you work with the chair, right?
Well, when I'm traveling, I work with a chair, or you can be on a massage table with your knees up on pillows, so you would have.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
And you're in a very relaxed position, and music is playing, and many people will fall asleep, but it's not just regular sleep. It really is a meditative state. It's the alpha state, the theta state. It's not regular sleep. So some people will worry that they're missing something if they fall asleep. But very often people will really, really go out. And you would think, how can someone I barely know is rubbing my feet and I'm going to fall profoundly asleep?
But
that's
it's
really
just
what it
so
does.
relaxing.
Yeah.
This is the
and
thing.
that's why we start out with the toes, which is the central nervous system, and that it really just calms your brain
Clicks
right
right
down.
in.
It's really amazing. It's almost like a forced meditative state.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So what happens then? So somebody comes, they get on a massage table, or they get in your chair.
Yep.
Takes off their shoes and their socks,
Yeah.
and away you go,
Yeah.
right? You
I just use moisturizer, and that's all. In some practices, people use baby powder, but I was not trained that way.
Okay.
I've lost track.
Yeah. No, just what happens during it, and then so you just kind of do your thing.
Right. It's a very specific practice where if you've done Tai Chi, you know. There are steps, and it's like a dance, and it's the same thing with this, where I am not randomly doing things. I'm very specifically going through each reflex point for the central nervous system and the respiratory system and the digestive and the endocrine and everything. You're going through all those points and in
It's
all the
methodical.
systems and organs in the body.
Right.
Yeah, it's not random. I'm not
No.
making it up. I'm not.
Right.
I might stay longer on a point than I might at another time, but I don't really think about that. I kind of step out of the way because I've been doing it for so long that I don't really have to be. It's better if I'm not terribly present. I think. You know what I mean? I'm kind of off in my own state because they don't need me there.
Yeah,
It's just the process that really works.
Right. Right. So what will people say to you afterwards? I mean, what will they?
Very often they just, wow, that was so amazing. I've never felt more relaxed.
That's how I feel when I have a session. It is. It's incredibly relaxing and just brings your energy level like right down to a beautiful normal kind of thing.
Well, it's the wonderful thing about it is it is a physical treatment. And having someone touch your feet, I think, that alone is really, our feet are really neglected.
Aren't they? I know.
And then you're also in this incredible, cocoon-like sort of meditative space. And it's really
touch is such a wonderful thing anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's somebody you trust, to have somebody touching, it does feel wonderful.
Especially your feet, I think.
Yeah, but I think you're right. The feet get ignored, and and yet they, really, not to be corny, but they do so much for us.
Right.
We're on our feet all the time. They hold you up, and it's like, they need some attention here.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest health benefit then coming from reflexology?
Well, to me, because my personal obsession in life is meditation, I think it's really being in that space for 45 minutes to an hour. And I always say if everyone could do this once a week, the world would be different, be a better place.
Yes.
So to me that is, but it's also really balancing your body. It's like a tune-up. It's like pushing the reset button on everything in your body. And it really kind of like wipes the slate clean and sort of the way that just meditating does also. So it's like a combination.
Almost like a signal, a scent, right, to different parts of your body, different organs, saying, everything's okay, it's all right. Yeah. Let's just relax a little bit, right? Give time for the body to rejuvenate itself and to feel better.
So I feel the relaxation ultimately
is for everything.
The most important thing.
Yeah, it's so huge, relaxation. Everything is so about that.
And just being present and, stepping away from those 70,000 thoughts that we think every day.
Every single day. So now, who do you find goes to you? Like, men, women, young, old,
all ends of the spectrum as far as demographics, age or gender. I find that people that stick with it and that I see on a monthly or maybe twice a month, that they are coming because it's so relaxing.
It's working.
Yeah. It's really helping them with stress. And it certainly can help with specific issues, but that's not why people keep coming back. They keep coming back because they love it. They just feels so great.
It feels so great.
Some people prefer massage. Some people prefer getting Reiki. I always say, just if you can get one of those at least once a month, do it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, it's so great. All right, so we covered that. Let's see. Do you have any other self-care suggestions that work well with reflexology?
Well, you know what that's going to be.
Yes.
Well,
talk about that.
Yes, meditation.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
In addition to reflexology.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing for me at this point. Linked. They're very linked. Just having any kind of meditative practice, or as I said, if you can get Reiki or massage or whatever regularly, but meditation is the thing that you can take everywhere with you. You can do it anywhere. You don't have to pay anyone anything. You can be unemployed. You can be in any state physically, and you can always meditate, and it always improves everything. To me, it's going out without meditating is like going out naked into a blizzard.
Yeah, into the right.
You're unprepared for life.
You're unprepared for life.
That's how I really see it that way. I'm more rabid than ever about it.
Well, on episode 3, you walked us through a really nice meditation. We did do one on it. And I want to point out to people, too, you have this on your website, and it's free for people to download. Let me see. Can we have a close-up of MJ? There we go. There you go.
There we are.
Yeah, and it's 5 minutes to a better world, simple meditation techniques that will improve your life and touch everyone around you, whether you like it or not. And so you can go, and your website is, which we're going to have at the end of the show.
Well, In the Hammock with MJ. .com is, and that has a link to this website.
And it'll get you to this website. So this here, you can download it for free, and it's really wonderful. I have this, and it's just really very simple. It just walks you through it, but again, you can download it for free. That's perfect.
I say it's for the reluctant meditator with very busy brain, because I've realized more and more that my brain is much busier than I had ever realized, but meditation has helped me cope with that for 50 years, and I didn't even know.
Right.
So,
It's
amazing.
It is amazing.
So go and get that booklet and put it in your bathroom where all good reading happens.
Yeah. And it's really... It's something how if you don't have time for anything, going for an hour anywhere, even just a little bit. I mean, doctors will say just get out for a 5-minute walk. It's better than a no-minute walk. Right. And same thing, just rubbing your feet, rubbing your ears, like you're saying, your hands. Just doing just 5 minutes of meditation. Even just a little bit, I think, is showing our bodies how much we love them.
Well, and you're training yourself.
That's
you are training yourself to feel better. Because if you don't practice feeling happy or even neutral, we go to the negative very naturally and very easily. We complain, we criticize, we judge ourselves and other people. It's just really our nature. But after literally almost 50 years of practicing, I really can see that it has affected my ability to deal with adversity, tragedy, emergencies. The way you approach everything shifts when you practice it. It's not our nature to be that way. I mean, some people it's more than others, but so practice.
Right. It brings you down immediately. It keeps bringing you down with everything going on, all the excitement in the world. People having such stressful lives. It's just to do any practice like meditation that's relaxing and can just bring you down even for just a few minutes. And when I mean our energy, just calm it on down.
And you're practicing being present, and
which is another great
thing.
There you go. Yeah, all good stuff.
Well, and then you're open to not trying to control everything and push things in a certain direction and figure it out all the time, because that's not necessarily the...
I think that's what I love about all these different practices, and is that you just keep growing. Like, you're able to let things go that don't matter as much,
Right.
because you're just being present, being mindful, meditating, even having a reflexology session where you get so relaxed, which is
Right.
part of being present. We were talking
It
about
is.
that
It's the
before the
same.
show. Talk about the ultimate being present with yourself is having somebody do body work on you. And I don't know, it just keeps getting you into a different state, so you know that state exists.
Right.
And it's like, but I'm all riled up over here because something's going on, but I really like it over here, where, right? And you
Yeah.
know it exists, and you can go back to it.
Then they leak into each other. So,
Yeah.
the more you practice, the more it leaks out into the rest of
really
your
exciting.
life.
Yeah. So you said you went to school for this, so
Yes.
you've had training. Yeah.
I went to the Connecticut Center for Universal Reflexology up in Wolcott with Dr. Christine Thorne, who I don't believe that she's doing the school anymore, but you could get reflexology from her if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it was, I think, a 3 or 4 month course where you went all day, 1 day a week. And then I did a 3 or 4 month internship afterwards where I had to work on 120 hours of people, and then do a thesis, and then work on my teacher.
Yeah,
And so it was, a pretty intensive training. There's
Sure.
different types of reflexology and different types of trainings, but this is, pretty comprehensive. And yeah.
Well, listen, we're getting towards the end. And I went back and watched the first show that we did together, and you defined spirituality, because that's typically for my first guest, the last question that I asked them. And I really loved your answer. I did. So I'm going to refresh
I'm curious to hear.
Yeah, I'm going to refresh your memory, and you tell me if you still agree with it or not. You said spirituality is the balance of all areas of your life. It's not separate. It's not what I do when I go home at night. I carry it with me, which I love that. I carry it with me. Find your inner joy and find how you can share it with the most people. That's it.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. You like what you said
I
over
love
3 years
that.
ago? Yeah.
It seems like, who said that? I'll have to steal that quote.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
love it.
I really feel exactly the same, if not more than ever now. I feel exactly the same. So.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, real quick, what's next for you? I mean, I know you're a grandma.
I am.
Yeah. So you're enjoying that, little Clementine.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
see Clementine 1 night a week,
Yay.
and reflexology is my focus for work-wise. And my husband is contemplating retiring next year.
And you're traveling.
We have, yes, my stepdaughter lives in France, so we are forced to go to Europe now, which is
isn't it?
really funny if you know us, because we were non-travelers before. So, such problems.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
been a very
aw.
interesting journey figuring all that out.
Oh,
So,
great.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, listen, thank you.
Thank you, Carla.
This was so much fun.
As always.
Yeah,
We'll
and
have
I
to
learned
come up with a new
more.
topic
Yeah,
for us.
I know. Next time, whatever you go on to next, definitely let me know and come back on. But I love this about reflexology, and like I said, I love having it, and I'm glad you're out there doing it.
Me too. I'm going
right.
to spread the word.
So we're going to have MJ's contact information up on the screen in just a moment. I do want to thank everyone that's either written to me or left voicemails telling me what they think about particular episodes. It feels very supportive, and I'm extremely grateful for that and for your viewership. If you want to watch this, you can go and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Carla Augustin. You'll never miss an episode. You can also go on my website, where you're welcome to leave any comments or if you have any questions for me. And we also have all the shows there at carlaaugustin.com. I want to thank you so much for watching. listening. This has been Spiritual Invitation. I'm your host, Carla Augustin, inviting you to explore spirituality.